afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Uncle Claude here. And it looks like my computer is acting a little wacky. But that's all right, ladies and gentlemen, because we are back with some more NFL picks for Week 11 in 2020. It is NFL season is winding down to a close. Only 6 weeks left. And my Pittsburgh Steelers are still undefeated. I appreciate y'all so much. Please, as you come in, please hit the like button. I really would appreciate it. This week, I went 10-4 with my NFL picks. And in fact, for the 2020 season, it is a robust 95-51 with one tie. That is a winning percentage of 646. Let's see if I can improve on that. I would love to go undefeated one week. That would be something to crow about. I tell you what, it is. I wonder what other YouTubers' records are compared to mine. I'm pretty sure that mine is definitely in the top 10 percentile. But I guess I'll look that up at another time. As of right now, I will start with my first NFL pick, Thursday nighter. I've not done very well on Thursday nights. I need to improve that. And let's hope that this is the beginning of another hot streak. Tonight, the Arizona Cardinals go into Seattle to take on the Seahawks. Most of the Seattle running backs are out. I know they're all doubtful on the injury report. The Cardinals are relatively healthy. I tell you what, Russell Wilson over the past 3 weeks has literally played himself out of the MVP candidacy. Kyler Murray and DeAndre Hopkins have one Hail Mary themselves into the MVP process. In fact, that's more for Kyler trade. It changed the entire season and the entire outlook for the Arizona Cardinals. The Seattle defense is abysmal. There's just no other way to put it. The Cardinals can at least get after the quarterback. The Seahawks can't even do that. And they've lost 3 in a row. Normally they play well at home, but there is no 12th man due to COVID, really. Now, I don't know what the weather is going to look like. Not that I think it matters. I mean, Kyler Murray and that offense has been so good anyway. I tell you what, the running back out of Fordham University, Chase Edmonds, he has performed well for that team. I know Drake is the so-called feature back, but they definitely share all. And Edmonds gives them a lot of speed, change of pace. After Seattle needs this game, they're in danger of playing themselves right out of the playoffs. I just don't like the body language. I don't like the way the team is looking, just on the sidelines with their terrible play on the defensive end. And Seattle, for many years, has laid its hat on its defense, but can't do it here. I can't pick Seattle, even though they're at home. I'm going to go Arizona 34-31 over the Seahawks in a deep ball. And we know that our secondary stinks when it comes to giving those deep passes, even though they've actually cut that down the last couple of weeks. I tell you what, we did a very good job against Burrow and the Clan. I'm very happy with that because Burrow's a star. And the Bengals, but I give credit where it's due. They're doing the right thing. And you couldn't miss that pick, Burrow. Then again, they are the Bengals. They could have screwed it up. Cowboys. They really did not do that last week. I know the Steelers are not going to stay undefeated. or I don't believe they will. But this is not going to be the week that they lose over Jacksonville. Next up, I have the Detroit Lions going on to Carolina to take on the Panthers. Bridgewater's banged up. He might not play. It might be Will Greer. I tell you, there was a lot of talk about this college coach, Matt Rule. I mean, for all that talk, they are 3-7. And I understand no Christian McCaffrey also, of course. He'll probably be out a month. Galladay practice, he'll probably be a no. They won a much-needed game against the Washington football team. I can't pick. Even the Panthers had Bridgewater healthy. That was a shaky pick. I wasn't picking them. I'm still not going to pick them. I like Detroit 11-21 over Carolina. Next up, New England goes into Houston to take on the Texans. New England has won 2 in a row. Newton has looked marginally better, not great. I tell you what, this Houston team at 2-7 looks like they quit. We know they quit on Bill outside of J.J. Watt and one maybe McKinney. Most of those guys have quit too. It looks like on the defensive end. Obviously, Watson's going to give it his all. Will Fuller can't stay on the field. New England's not playing. I mean, they're not the team that they once were, obviously, without Tom Brady. But it looks like they're getting enough out of the running game. Burkhead, Newton himself. The receivers are getting relatively healthy. I don't know if that means anything. I just can't pick the Texans. I can't do it. I would love to pick the Texans. I have to go New England 27, Houston 23. I just cannot pick. With that Houston secondary, they are god awful. Cannot do it. Next up, the Philadelphia Eagles go into Cleveland to take on the Browns. The Browns won a football game that they tried to lose. I mean, that 10-7 debacle. Listen, Baker Mayfield is still a guy I can't trust. I just can't trust. Now, the Eagles lost a dreadful game to the Giants. I mean, my gosh. Now, a part of me wants to pick the Eagles. In fact, I actually had them on this sheet to win 27-24 over. Listen, I don't know if I can pick these. They just lost to the Giants. It's hard for me to pick. But I don't see the Browns continuing to win. Oh, boy. This is a toss-up game. I just don't trust Cleveland. I know they're at home. But again, there is no real home field advantage thanks to the COVID. I'm going to have to – oh, my gosh. This is a coin flip here, but I'm going to choose Philadelphia. Goodness knows why. I know I should be choosing Cleveland at home. I just don't believe that they can stand prosperity. I'm going to go Eagles 27, Browns 24. Washington to take on the so-called football team. Alex Smith gets to start. We know that he's gone. He's as good as gone. Joe Burrow played not as well as he has normally, but you chalk that up to the Steelers defense. They are that good. We've seen it all year. Washington defense is not that good. I thought that Washington was going to win it last week, but I believe they will play better at home, and they will rally around Alex Smith. I do believe that Alex Smith will get his first win in this game. The Bengals defense is that bad. I will go Washington 34, Bengals 31. Falcons go into New Orleans to take on the Saints, who will be without sprinkle some Taysom Hill, but it'll be Jameis Winston totally be slinging the football. I don't think it matters against that Atlanta defense. Atlanta stinks. And I do believe that being able to sit behind Breeze is going to help Jameis Winston with that offense. I believe Emmanuel Sanders is healthy. Listen, I just Atlanta's defense is dreadful. Absolutely dreadful. And we know Matt Ryan can't stand prosperity. We know that. It's going to be a shootout, but I think the Saints will win it 31-27 over the Falcons. Next up, the New York Jets will be without Sam Darnold yet again, the shoulder injury bothering him. And they go into LA to take on the Chargers, who lost last week. Listen, Justin Herbert is a much better quarterback, and Melvin Ingram's going to get one. Now, the Charger defense has underachieved to me, in my opinion. But they will continue to tank for Trevor. The Jets will lose yet again and be 0-10. And listen, they were mathematically out of the playoffs once the season began, so no one cares about that. I'm going to go Chargers 28, Jets 17. Next up, the Miami Dolphins goes into Denver to take on the Broncos. This will be the first time experience within itself. Then you have Bradley Chubb coming off the edge. Now, the Broncos do not have the same defense that they once had, obviously, without Vaughn Miller for the season. No more Chris Harris. And this Miami team has definitely rallied around this young man. He has played much better than I expected. The whole team has, for that matter. Their defense has come on as well. Listen, I can't pick. There's no way I'm picking Denver, even at Mile High. I like Miami 24-16 over the Broncos in this game. Next up, those Dallas Cowboys going to Minnesota to take on the Vikings. I don't even know whether it's how much Dallas is going to lose by. It's almost how much is Dalvin Cook going to gain in total yards just running the football. Because right now, he's the hottest running back in the NFL. And he got 200 against a halfway defense. This Cowboy defense has actually over the last couple of weeks, to be fair. Is back. Is it going to matter? Not really. Someone put out an APP on Ezekiel Elliott because he's been missing in action the entire season. Pollard has looked infinitely better. He's had that burst, no question about it. Zeke can still run between the tackles pretty decent, but he can't get to the outside anymore. Their receivers are still pretty good. I mean, I tell you what, Amari Cooper has underachieved as well. That's $100 million spent wrong. Oh, boy. I would love to say the Cowboys would upset the Vikings. It's sad when you have to say that Kirk Cousins is the best quarterback of the two, but he is. And if you want to say, well, mainly he hands it to Dalvin Cook, okay, that's fine. But he does do well off play action as well. And he does have Adam Thielen. And that Jefferson rookie has come on as well. The Vikings have won 2 in a row. I expect it to be 3 in a row. Vikings 27, Cowboys 24 in that. Next up, we have the Green Bay Packers going into Indianapolis to take on the Colts and the Rivers, who played infinitely better last Thursday against Tennessee. He definitely carved up that defense. Packer defense is not that great. And he could carve it up then too, but for some reason, it seems like he plays worse at home. I'm not enamored with Phillip Rivers. I'm just not. Now, is he going to be as abysmal as he was the first couple of weeks of the season? No. And listen, this Packer defense can be had. I don't know if he's the guy to do it because he's been up and down. With every good performance, he gives you two bad ones. Aaron Rodgers has definitely been on point ever since the Tampa Bay game. I like the Packers here on the road, 34-24 over the Colts. Now, the Sunday night game is going to have the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. See, I just told my age on that one, ladies and gentlemen. He was pretty decent last week. Now, this is a revenge game for Chiefs, who got busted open at home. Now, would I be shocked if the Raiders won this game? No, I would not. Am I stupid enough to pick them? Absolutely not. That Raiders defense is going to be carved up. Pat Mahomes is going to let them first one of the year. And I don't even like Kansas City. But I know that offense from the slots and the women, I'm going to pick the Kansas City Chiefs to win this game 38-28 over. Night game has the LA Rams going up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay got ran up in a couple of weeks ago. They played last week. But see, the Rams do have this guy named Aaron Donald. And if you can get pressure, especially up the middle against any quarterback, it's a problem. But Brady is one of those guys. He's a chuck and duck guy. He really doesn't like pressure in his face. He will chuck it and duck it. And at his advanced age, that becomes pick sixes. We've seen that against the Saints. And the Rams do have a good front seven. And they have arguably the best defensive lineman in the sport. And Jalen Ramsey has played well. The problem is Tampa Bay also has a two-headed running attack with Ronald Jones and Leonard Fournette. Then you add a healthy Godwin, Mike Evans, and Antonio Brown to the mix. That's just too many guys for the Rams to cover. And Brady is going to have more than enough time to pick whoever he wants. And he has thrown the ball down the field more this season. I have to be fair. He's not been just a check down guy this season. Now, if Tampa Bay loses this game, that is cause for concern. Because Tampa Bay looks good against the mediocre teams, but not so good against the big teams, save the Green Bay Packers. They did run up against the Packers. They ran up in the Packers. They did that. I was very tempted to pick the Rams, but I just can't, especially without that left tackle Whitworth. That's going to come back to haunt them. Because let's face it, when you have those edge rushers and a dominated Ndamukong Suh, who wants him back against the Rams, trust me. And he has played very well this season. I believe he's going to get to Jared Goff at least once today. Sunday, excuse me. I'm going Tampa Bay 31, LA Rams 28. And those are my NFL picks for Week 11, 2020. Thank you so much for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. Please like, share, and subscribe. UncleClaude signing out. Stay safe, take care, and God bless.